So this is my brother's bike. It's a Ninja 650. First ride on it. It only has 163 kilometers on it, so it's a fairly new bike. And it's also the first time I ride a Ninja 650. That's much more different than the Z650 that I have ridden in the yeah, what do you call it, the driving lessons. The first remark that I have on this bike is that it feels practically the same, but we do have a lot more yeah, a lot more wind deflection, granted with the yeah, with the windshield, the fairings, etc. So my head isn't bobbing in the wind. Also, the wind deflection is also so good that you might not even notice the wind blowing in the microphone. Also made sure that my visor is closed perfectly, so we have the best yeah, sound quality. My brother bought it because he wants to try motorcycle riding. It's 2019, if I haven't said that yet, and it's, yeah, the best beginner bike because he never rode a motorcycle before, and the last time he went on a bicycle was more than 10 years ago, I think. So getting on a motorcycle is something special. That bike feels very nice. You know what bothers me the most about this bike is that it vibrates your nuts off. So I'm riding right now at 150 almost, and my butt is already tingling from the engine vibrations. That's something that I don't really like about this bike and about the engine itself. But for, yeah, close commuting and in inner city riding, yeah, this is probably the perfect bike for you. Also, since this is a little parallel twin sport bike, yeah, you are rather sitting neutral on it, kind of like the Z650, especially, yeah, except the fairing, of course. So being a parallel twin engine, this bike has torque in the down low, and up top there's also a little bit of torque left. So riding home with this bike isn't a real problem. And you can also flick it very fast from the one way to the other. So a fun little small sport bike for the beginner rider. It ain't nothing special, of course, but let's check the 6th gear pull of the Ninja 650. I will not go too fast because there are yeah, there are some kind of speed traps up ahead, so I will try that in the next scene. Also, this bike is fully stock, no power commander, no exhaust, well, yeah, except for the stock one, and it's quite silent. And right now our kilometer or liters per 100 kilometers is 5.5, so that's quite nice. These bikes are quite economical too, because they don't cost a lot in maintenance, they don't cost a lot in operating costs. Normally the tax is also low because it's a 650cc, I think, and the insurance should be lower, but since my brother doesn't have his license yet, it will cost 500 euros per year. So some cool things I like about this Ninja 650. Gear indicator says I'm in 6th gear, that's correct. Digital clock, digital yeah, dash, it's like a combination of the VFR. You have everything in your field of view. And they say the top speed of this bike is 193, and it climbs. It keeps climbing, so it's exactly something that I expect from a Kawasaki motorcycle, that it still pulls and it still has a little bit of oomph in it. I just wish that they have a 7th gear or something in this bike, because riding in 6th gear on those high speeds is yeah, probably the same like the VFR. This one does around 6,000 RPM in 6th gear at highway cruising speed, so it's practically the same as the VFR does, except for the VFR can go a little faster than this one. But still, highway riding feels like a breeze. There's no wind in your face. It is comfortable, except for the vibrating in the handlebars and the vibrating in the ass. So if you like that, then that's good for you. But all in all, it's a little fun bike. Handling wise, it's great. There's no wonder why yeah, driving schools use this bike as their learner bike, because it's fairly forgiving. Except when my brother already dropped this bike on the left side, there are already some scratches. Yeah, that's what you get for playing too much with your toys before you can know how to operate them. So yeah, that's quite it. You know, I still think that there's too much wind, and that the handlebars can go a little bit more angled towards you, because to my taste, you're still too wide with your elbows. But well, you cannot do anything about that, because this one doesn't have riser clamps or something. You also don't have the place or the space to put your accessories. Oh, the seat is not comfortable for longer trips, as I already said, especially if you have a bony ass like me. There's no meat in there. So the brakes are also very nice. They are very hard, harder than my yeah, what do you call it? Harder than my VFR. Hey, and this bike even has a little ref counter, ref limiter thingy. It says I need to change gears. Damn! This bike pulls. There's so much torque down there. But this bike still asks me to shift up earlier than when the power comes in. So that's a little bit yeah, weird that the gear says it. But yeah, maybe it's because this one is still in the braking period, but yeah, sometimes braking periods don't mean anything. Soft braking or hard braking, there's not any difference in there. Some say the hard braking has even better chance of seating the piston rings. But since this bike is already ridden for 160 kilometers, I think there hasn't been done anything to it, or maybe it's just bought for the show of it. Someone bought the bike and told him, yeah, it doesn't push my buttons or something. But yeah, that's kind of the backstory on this bike, I think. Since the break-in period is still not over, we still need to watch out for yeah, the ECU needs to be reset or something. I think this bike already also has been crashed, because it looks like it. Ah yeah, it has been crashed. It has been laid down by my brother, and it looks like the bars are turned a little bit that way, so you need to check that out too.